If you're a consultant, coach, or any expert who gets paid for what you know, Elon Musk just put a deadline on your business model. 3 weeks ago, the world's richest man posted 5 words that should stop you cold. We have entered the singularity. He followed it up with this: 2026 is the year of the singularity. The singularity is the point where AI surpasses human intelligence and starts improving itself faster than we can keep up. Musk isn't saying 2045, which is what experts predicted. He's saying it's here, this year. If AI is about to become smarter than every human on Earth, what happens to people who get paid for expertise? There is one thing AI cannot replace, but most consultants don't have it. I'm going to show you what it is and why it's your only real protection and how to know if you're vulnerable. Here's what's actually happening. At Davos, Musk made his prediction more specific. AI will be smarter than any individual human by the end of this year. By 2030, it surpasses the combined intelligence of all humans put together.
We might have AI that is smarter than any human by the end of this year. And I would say no later than next year. And then probably by 2030 or 2031, call it 5 years from now, AI will be smarter than all of humanity collectively.
Now, you might think that's Musk just being Musk, but look at the context. The founder of Midjourney posted that he completed more personal coding projects over Christmas break than in the past 10 years. Years of work done in weeks. That's what's happening right now with Claude Code and ChatGPT. And Musk specifically said white-collar workers will bear the brunt. The processing of information, the analysis, the expertise, the very thing most consultants sell. But here's what most people are missing: the part that determines whether this helps you or destroys you. The threat isn't that AI will replace experts. The threat is that AI will replace a certain kind of expert while making another kind even more valuable than ever. Now, here's how this plays out for you. You're a management consultant, 15 years of expertise. You know things your clients don't. That's your value proposition. But AI now knows those things too. It analyzes data faster. It generates recommendations. It answers complex questions with encyclopedic knowledge. If your entire value is, I know things you don't, that value is collapsing. Same if you're a coach giving frameworks. Same if you're a speaker delivering information. Same if you're an attorney, an accountant, you name it. AI does all that processing work all day long. Now, here's where it gets personal. Forrester found 92% of B2B buyers start their search with at least one vendor already in mind, and 41% have already decided on a single preferred vendor before they even begin evaluating. 9 out of 10 potential clients have made up their mind before they Google, before they ask for referrals, before they see your website. If you're not the person they have in mind at that moment, you've already lost. Doesn't matter how good you are. I call this the 2 layers of value. Which layer you're in determines whether AI helps you or replaces you. The first layer, the processing layer, this is where most experts live. Your value comes from processing information. You take inputs, data, problems, questions, and you produce outputs, analysis, recommendations, answers. The processing layer is about what you know, and it's getting commoditized fast. AI processes information better, faster, and cheaper than any human. If your value lives entirely here, you're competing with machines and you're going to lose. The second layer, the authority layer, your value doesn't come from what you know, it comes from who you are. Being the recognized expert, the person clients seek out before they start searching. In the authority layer, you're not competing on knowledge, you're competing on trust, on reputation, on being known. And while AI is crushing the processing layer, it's making the authority layer more valuable. Gartner predicts that by 2030, 75% of B2B buyers will prefer sales experiences that prioritize human interaction over AI, not less, more. Because as AI floods the market with information, trust becomes the scarce resource. Anyone can get answers right now. What they can't get is someone they trust to make sense of those answers. The processing layer is like being a librarian in the age of Google. You know where every book is, but people can find that information for themselves. The authority layer is like being the author everyone wants to read. They don't come to you for information. They come because you're you. AI can be a librarian. It can never be an author. It can never be you. I've seen this play out dozens of times. Here's the data. 70% of consultants get 0 leads per month from their website. 0. For over half of all consultants, 60% or more of their business comes from referrals. Referrals are great. I even wrote a book about it, but they're passive. You're not in control. Only 25% of consultants market their business daily. The other 75% are invisible to their market. The consultants who thrive made a shift. Processing layer to authority layer. They built something that exists outside of any single client relationship. A body of work, a point of view that people recognize, a reputation that precedes them. They didn't become better consultants, they became known consultants. So what actually works? The only sustainable protection in an AI world is becoming the recognized authority in your space. Not just competent, known. Not just skilled, visible. Edelman and LinkedIn have studied this for 6 years. 60% of decision makers, according to their research, will pay a premium to work with someone who produces valuable thought leadership. Even more striking, 73% say thought leadership is more trustworthy as a basis for assessing capabilities than traditional marketing. The way you demonstrate expertise matters more than the expertise itself. And only 40% of consumers trust AI-generated content. 4 out of 5 can spot when something was written by AI. As AI floods the market with generic content, authentic human authority becomes more valuable, not less. The experts who win have an asset working for them, something that positions them as the authority before the first conversation happens, something that does the selling before they get in that room. Without that asset, you're just another name. And in a world where AI matches your knowledge, just another name is a death sentence. With tangible authority, people can see and trust. You become uncuttable, the person clients seek out before searching, the 8% they already have in mind. The power dynamic flips. Instead of chasing clients, they chase you. Bottom line, the consultants who survive won't be the ones with the most knowledge, they'll be the ones with the most authority. Now, the question becomes, how do you build that authority without spending 3 years trying to become famous? The experts who win have something tangible that positions them as the authority before the first conversation. Something clients can see, can hold, can share. That's why I pulled this video out for you to watch next. It shows how we help experts build that asset. A book in 90 days, not by teaching you to write, by extracting what's already in your head and turning that into something that attracts clients. You'll see how the extraction process works, how we structure it so the book pre-sells your services, and why we back it with an ROI guarantee. It's the fastest path from processing layer to authority layer. Go watch that next one.